Question 5 of this exercise says that in figure 6.60 given alongside, AD is a median of a triangle ABC and AM is perpendicular to BC. So AD is a median, so D is the midpoint of BC, and AM is perpendicular to BC. So AM is basically an altitude of the triangle through A. Now we have to prove these three parts, 1, 2 and 3. So let's go through them one by one. In the first part, we have to prove that AC square is equal to this expression that you see, AD square plus BC into DM plus BC by 2 whole square. Okay, so let's do this part, the first part. So to write an expression for AC square, which is our LHS, we will apply the Pythagoras theorem to triangle ACM. So I'm going to highlight that triangle now. Triangle ACM is this triangle. We will apply the Pythagoras theorem to this triangle. So this will give us AC square is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So that's AM square plus CM square. Correct? Now we will write the RHS as AM square plus, instead of CM, we see that CM has two parts to it. CM is made up of CD and DM. So CM is the sum of CD and DM. So instead of CM square, we write CD plus DM whole square, like this. Okay, so now let's see what we get. So AM square plus, now let's expand this whole square. So this will give us CD square plus DM square plus 2 times CD times DM. Alright, now if you observe the RHS, we have this term AM square and we have this term DM square. Do you think these two terms can be combined into a single term? Well, yes, if you observe the triangle AMD, I'm going to highlight that triangle now, triangle AMD. In this triangle, if you apply the Pythagoras theorem, you can see that AM square plus DM square will be equal to the hypotenuse, the square of the hypotenuse AD. So AM square plus DM square can be written as AD square. So we write AD square, and then we have, so next let's take 2 into CD into DM, but because D is the midpoint of BC, so CD is half of BC. So 2 times CD can be written as BC. So we write the next term as BC into DM, and then we have one more term left, which is CD square. So again, instead of CD, let's write it as BC by 2 because CD is half of BC. So we get BC by 2 whole square. And if you observe this expression, this is what we had to prove as the RHS in part 1. Okay. Now similarly, let's come to part 2. In part 2, we have to so we have completed part 1. Now in part 2, we have to write an expression for AB square. We have to prove that AB square is equal to AD square minus BC into DM plus BC by 2 whole square. So this is very similar to the first part. We to write an expression for AB square, we observe the figure and we see that if we apply the Pythagoras theorem to triangle ABM now, we can write an expression for AB square. So AB square will be equal to AM square plus BM square. Correct? And now let's write this as AM square plus, instead of BM, we observe that BM can be thought of as BD, this length, minus MD, this length. So if you subtract MD from BD, you will get BM. So instead of BM, let's write it as BD minus MD or DM whole square. So this is what we will get. Okay, so now let's expand this. So we get AM square plus BD square plus DM square minus twice of BD into DM. Now once again, we observe that on the RHS we have AM square and DM square. If we sum these two terms, then in the figure, if you observe the figure, in triangle AMD is a right triangle. If you apply the Pythagoras theorem, AM square plus DM square will be AD square. So we write this as we write am square plus dm square as ad square. Then we have this term minus 2 into bd into dm. So 2bd can be written as bc because d is the midpoint of bc. So bd is half of bc. So 2bd is bc. So we get minus bc into dm. And then we have a third term left, which is bd square. And again, instead of bd, let's write it as bc by 2. So we write this as bc by 2 whole square. So the RHS that we have obtained now is what we had to prove in part 2. Okay, so with this we have completed part 2. Now let's come to part 3. In part 3 we have to find the left hand side is simply AC square plus AB square. So what we can do is we can simply add the equations we have obtained in the first two parts. So AC square is equal to this expression and AB square is equal to this expression. So we simply add these two and we will get the desired result. So let's do that. So coming to part 3, we now have to find the sum of AC square and AB square, and as I said, we will simply add the expressions we have obtained for these two terms in the first two parts. So for AC square we obtained AD square plus BC into DM plus BC by 2 whole square, correct? So I'm just reading off the parts here. And then for AB square we got AD square minus BC into DM plus BC by 2 whole square. So this is what we got. So if we now simplify the right hand side, we see that this term and this term, they cancel out. And now we have AD square and AD square, that will give us 2AD square. So 2AD square, and then we have BC by 2 whole square and BC by 2 whole square. So this will give us twice of BC by 2 whole square, which I can write as BC square by 4. And now finally 4 by 2 is 2 by 4 is 1 by 2. So I can write the right hand side as 2AD square plus half BC square. And this is what is the RHS in part 3. So this completes our proof for part 3, that AC square plus AB square is twice of AD square plus half of BC square. This is BC. Okay. Now this result that we have obtained is a very, very important result. In fact, this result is going to be used in the next question of this exercise. What this really means, if you have to memorize this result, what this result says is that if you add the squares of two sides of a triangle, so in this case we have AC square and AB square. So let me highlight these two sides. So AC or AB square and AC square you are adding, what you are getting as a result is twice of AD square. So AD is the median, so you are getting twice of the square of the median drawn through the common vertex A, plus you are getting half of BC square. So you're getting half of the square of the opposite side. In this case the opposite side is BC. So once again, if you're adding the squares of two sides, in this case you are calculating AB square and AC square, you are getting as a result twice the square of the median drawn through that vertex common to the two sides, plus half of the square of the opposite side. So this result is something that is used often in geometry, and it is going to be used in the next question of this exercise. So make sure that you have understood it properly. Okay, so this completes all the three parts for question number 5. To learn more about how QMath can help you crack school and board exams, explore QMath Leap, a live online classroom program run by highly experienced and committed teachers.